Not here. Hide the camera. இங்க உட்காந்து பேசுனீங்களா இல்லை கேட்க
understand how it is. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind. Heartily welcome to all the guests and friends for this session. This is Andana and Vignesh Venkatemo Fitness welcoming you all for this colloquial session on the topic of from employee to entrepreneur. Great things happen when there is a gathering of clear minds. I invite Ms. Balliamani to give the welcome address. Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me an immense pleasure in welcoming you all for this vibrant and intellectual event. I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed directors, Dr. Rupa Murthy Ma'am and Dr. G. Varun Ma'am, Associate Professor, and our beloved chief guest, Mr. S. Nyanjekharan sir, and our rector and our respective faculty members and all my dear friends who have gathered here today. A colloquial session is not just a gathering. It's a platform for sharing ideas, gaining knowledge, and professionals. This event is an opportunity for us to learn beyond classrooms, interact with experts, and understand real-world business challenges. I once again welcome you all. Kindly make use of the productive time, my dear friends. Thank you all. Professor Dr. Rupa Murthy, Director in charge, Bharathiar School of Management and Entrepreneur Development, Bharathiar University. She is a missionary academician whose contributions to education and leadership development have been instrumental in shaping future professionals. A continuous commitment to excellence both in administration and academia has made her a pillar in the institution. Madam, we are respectfully invited to this gathering. Ladies and Srivastava and Srivastava, it gives me enormous pleasure in inviting the guest speaker of the day, Mr. S. Nyanjekharan sir. Sir always have an emphasis of quality and quantity solutions for their customers. Mr. Nyanjekharan sir was ended in quality management from Rural Institute of Technology and Science, Murari, and Technical College of India from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. Nyanjekharan sir have a strong mind in business, management, marketing, sales, engineering, and decision making, etc. Sir has more 24 years of experience in the field of manufacturing, specializing in government and organization. Nyanjekharan sir works with various global buyers in both commercial and organizing segments. Nyanjekharan sir travels across the globe and has huge vast global network. Sir has been working Chief Operating Officer for 10 years for this topic. This is focusing on care and water formats, involving cultural, person who wants to answer loss and precision manufacturing process to perform to our nothing. And nothing program to avoid the loss of it.
Most right now, rest of the day, banana shaped like that. You have few solutions. I was just telling, Bharathiar is a beautiful place and IIM Bangalore is the place to study MBA business courses. So I know I have small experience. During summer, they used to open up to researchers from institute place of facilities. And I was doing my PhD. I remember visiting the place collecting data. So such a wonderful environment, learning environment it is. Day and night, libraries get open. All the students are in-house students. All the students in-house students. We could see only students studying, nothing else. So, and a person from such background, no wonder he is the person to talk to you, so that you will be gaining lot of inputs regarding the courses as well as how our organization is running in real time. So with these few words, always when some guests come, why this lady kind of look is coming to the other side also. We can avoid multiple voices and give much importance and focus to the guest. So with this thought, I transfer or shift the floor to the guest and let us listen to it. Most welcome, sir. Thanks for accepting the
So, I'm trying to escape from this meeting because Fatima was for a long time it was chasing me that you could come and then do something for the kids. Yes. So, I don't really want someone who are having mobiles to read up. So, that is silent. So, nobody is going to get it. I'm here. I'm putting my time. So, please support. Okay? Fine. So, even today, when you show the heavy rain, they have balcony, the balcony is going to only, you will find it there. Here I try to escape for some time. Because I think that whatever I have accomplished, I have achieved is not enough time. And then I need some more time to get into the society and then support students and then the society. Okay. So I just started some basic privilege stuff, and then let me go back to my story and then it will communicate about it. You know why I am here, just why I should tell my story to you. That is all very clean practical. Okay? Everybody can write that why I am here and why I am going to share my story. Why I am here to share my story to you folks. Right? Yeah. For 40 minutes, then okay, so it gives some idea that how I have done. So using that, what you are going to do? You're going to just quickly probably. No, no. Okay. What else? You're not going to follow me. I'm going to complete this. So why this? Learn something. You can pick some points, right? So I have always 4-5 teachers. Whenever I have any major decision in my life, I used to get concerned with all these five. Everybody will say their points, but I will listen to everything, but I do something different. But taking care of all these 4-5 points, it becomes in my life what I do. Right? So this is going to be for that session. I'm just going to say my life. So I'm said I am Bharathiar excellent learning. You have no videos, no tools, solve case studies, only case studies. And then Baba would ask, only a previous day they give us a bunch of books. They could keep reading until 9 o'clock and then only come on the next day and ask, what do you think all about that from the story? And somebody will say, no, you will be doing like this, and that's why you pay. Why not? And somebody will say, because the students start here like 33 people in a year. We are lucky and that's very tough to get into the high and Bangalore. And I got in my first attempt, so it's all associates all over India from a different domain. Like somebody comes as a doctor, somebody comes from Thailand, Tata, software, this is the kind of only answer being over there. And then there are 33 perspectives to move in the interactive means. It means 33 answers. Professor John is very easy. Right? Why not? Power. Or better it would be. So it creates the mind of the 33 brains, super brains in India. All these 33 perspectives comes in. After a story happens, we say that I know. He was paid just because of this. But when he was doing that, if he thought about whether this will go in this way, he had to story and say, hey, we can go and use it. But when we are doing that, how do you know which direction we are going to get in or where we are going to get now? Right? So, when this 33 brain thought different perspectives about that case study, whether it is straight or fast, consider, so you get 33 different thought process, right? Using that strategy in my life, whenever I am going to approach the situation, I just don't have only plan A. I have 26. I have 33. A, A, so that you plan your strategy accordingly and then you can lead your library. Talk about just thinking. So just give a simple, beautiful learning in IMS. This is what I enjoyed on the IM to learn. You didn't only learn from professors, you also learn from online colleagues. Right? So our whole interaction, we talk to somebody can say, hey, you're so something. Doesn't matter. Communicate. Communication is a very important thing to make sure No, not there. Okay, then. 25 marks. Who else? Only these three? Mata, Pata, Friends. Huh? Friends, you want to thank friends? Good. Then? Huh? Oh, Indian. Be louder, no? Yourself. You are to be thankful for yourself. Okay, good. Then? Okay. So, this privilege, one thankfulness and then this gratitude which you need to have is for somebody who is pushing your life to the next level without your effort and their support. Okay. So basically parents comes in the first place. Normally. If some parents are very poor and some of their cousins have helped or some friends have helped, then you should not forget them in life. That is just for the uh, gratitude and thankfulness you need to keep always in mind. I can tell you a small story about this privilege. Okay. You all students are here having a privilege of studying in Bharathiar University. How did you get here? What is your background? I don't know, there is a mix of people with a different financial strength and then different PG courses, you know. And you are all, there is a race. There was a video, I don't know whether how many of you have seen this video, that touched me a lot, and then that video is my turning point towards where I am running and then what I am going to do in my future, which I am going to tell you. Okay. So that privilege is nothing but there are list of 20 to 200 people standing in the line, and there are some 10 questions going to be asked. It's a 100-meter dash race, 100-meter running race. Whoever is going to get the first prize, they are going to get some $100. Okay? So out of these 200, the questions, whatever the questions, people have enjoyed or say yes for that or say no for that. It means anybody have starved for food. If they say no, they can put 2 steps forward. Okay? And then is any parents all with you, or some parents got divorced and then you are alone? If parents are with you, then you can move another 2 steps forward. Okay? So you never worried for your studies and the bills and the college fees. Yes, then you can move 2 steps forward. So like that, there are several questions, and after several questions, there are some people stop somewhere, some people have gone all the way for 10 questions to already half of the distance, and then they ask everybody to turn back, and then there are still somebody standing on the same line. What does that mean? What does that mean? They don't have any privilege. Okay. But all these questions have nothing to do with their performance of these 200 people. Correct? They didn't do anything. The question is all about their surroundings and their circle. So, because of their privilege, the parents and all those, somebody was there already in the front. Which means, still the race is on for 100 meters. Okay. So, who is going to win first? In that same level, when the bell is on, they have to continue the race, and who comes first? Huh? The one who has the most, right? Correct or not? But there are people standing here with a very good physique, very good fitness, good runners. If everybody was kept in the same line and then asked them to run, who will win? Those guys, right? So what does this mean? I'm just picking your thoughts. Don't ask me the answers right away. So What does that mean? Not everyone has the opportunity to be in the front line. So every opportunity you have and every privilege you have, please don't misuse that or don't waste it. Okay. Use that as a lift and then just move forward. Still the race is on. Got it? So that's all about the story on the privilege. I will connect this. Being a first person, if he win the game, he gets the $100, right? So what do we do with the $100? If you are that person, if you get that 100%, what do you do with that? I raise. Who is ready to answer? Who knows? I know what's happening. Canteen, I think you have very chicken or something. The person who is in the first, he got the $100. If you are that person, what will you do with that $100? You can say, I'll go and then spend something, I'll share. What do you do? Okay. Okay. Good. Now business, so he'll buy something for her and then balance for parents and somebody else. You will give it to your parents. Very good.
Savings.
Savings. Okay. Savings for the future. Spend it only at the later part of it. Okay. Diversify amount. Diversify means where you will put your money.
Split up the equal ratio. For savings, for some investments, for some emergency, like that.
So that you can't question me, I'm going to put my money in that, so that good. This is good, okay? Okay. Excellent. So give him a good applause for him. As you have the privilege, you got that 100, but that 100 is not belong to you. You can give back to the underprivileged people for them to grow, learn, and then you become a influencing person for them to come forward. Correct? You can ask, we are already poor, we got only $100, you are asking to go and then spend that money to them. Right? That's how it comes to your mind. You are right. In Tamil there was a proverb called Tanak Nidina Danamu in June. I agree with you. Okay. So what you need to do, how much is too much for you? Okay. Wonderful question. That also turned my life completely. How much is too much for life? Can anybody answer? Just money. How much is too much for your life? Tell me numbers. How much money you need? How many lakhs? How many crores? How many thousands? How many millions? Billions? You can tell me that what is the number you want in your life? I need at least 5 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much you need? So life love what you want to 100 C, 100 crores. There. 5 CR. Who is 5 CR? Quite then. 10 crore. 1 crore. இவங்க 1000 கோடின்னு கேட்டா கூட நான் இந்த பாட்டு பண்ணேன். நான் கொடுக்கவும் போட்டுட்டேன். என்கிட்ட இல்ல அவ்வளவு. So please let us know 5 crore. Okay. How much it is?
165 rupees per day minimum salary.
Okay, per day.
Yeah, I think it is enough to ask for that to dinner.
Okay, you are being so humble, which I will not agree. So you cannot be with just 165 rupees. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. now now watching on you. That is good. That is your point of view. It will change one day. It will change one day. Okay. So the how much is too much philosophy la நல்ல நீங்க லைஃப்ல இப்பவே திங்க் பண்ண ஆரம்பிங்க. Which means என்ன ஒரு நல்ல சாப்பிடணும் மூணுல. முடிஞ்சாங்க தான். ஏஜ் ஆக ஆக டயபிட்டிஸ் வரும். எல்லா பிரச்சனையும் வரும். சாப்பாடு சுருங்கிடும். ஓகேவா? You can do adventures, you can go parties, you can travel across the globe, you can buy fancy cars, put fancy dresses, gold, you can't be always wearing gold for women. So, but in the trend, I'm happy that this generation was not, yes.
We buy gold, but men didn't gold.
Okay, so with that, even if you calculate everything, okay, you can decide that how much is too much for you. But with your learning, your potential in your life, in your purpose, you keep on using that privilege and then keep learning. At some point, when you are how much is too much is done, then whatever you make, you go to the underprivileged and then start supporting. Got it? This is the purpose of life. I am telling you guys, when I am going to tell my story, you will understand. Because in my life, I started with a lot of trauma. You know what is trauma, right? Childhood trauma. There will be 3 provision stores in our village. We get it for trading. We don't pay them. I will not be able to walk on the road. The shop owner will be harassing me for not giving money. But you are eating, how difficult it will be. So that was the childhood stage. When I was growing, then I decided, all my cousins, everybody having a car, house, I'm talking about somewhere in 1997 and 2000. Okay. What's the average age here? Probably around 48. So you're all not that one. When I was 97, I was doing my 10th grade, and then I decided money is the most powerful. Everybody have in their inner mind some trigger. Okay, somebody will be facing those trauma in terms of poverty. Somebody will be on money. Somebody just go completely inside and then they don't want to get into it. So there are different, you change into that fire when you face those problems. Okay. So for me, what is the only one thing? Money. Okay? So, I got an admission in Central Polytechnic Tharmani in Chennai with a merit, and then I completed my 3 years of diploma, and then I got an Singapore opportunity in the campus. Just went for an on-the-job training for some time, and then after 6 months they pushed me back, just only for training. And then when I get into the market to work, because I want money, I don't want to study engineering, 12th grade engineering, and then MBA. Maybe 10th itself we were not able to go to that government school. Okay, finding it very difficult. So I want to earn money quick. So at my 19th age, finishing my diploma, I started earning. But you know how much I earned in 2000? 800 rupees per month. 9,600 rupees per year. That will not be even enough for my food and shelter. In Chennai, I went for 2 days. I asked, sir, I will become very late, sir. Where are you giving me 800 rupees, sir? He said, first B is already 1,200 rupees working inside bus. Your diploma only bus, you have to work for 800 rupees. That's the better thing. In the evening, I was so tired on the bus and then went back to the room and then having a food. Oh my God, I was so tired. And even doing the work, there are so funny stories. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go to that. We will end up having discuss. We have time. So, Next day morning, all my friends were again going back to the work. They asked me, Machi, you don't stop? I said, who the hell will work? You go, I am not coming. Because that is not even enough for my food and shelter. When I am going to buy car, when I am going to buy houses, in my house already there is a 10 lakh of debt. My family is having, and only son, they are having 10 lakh of debt at my village. We own nothing, no house, not even a bicycle. So when I am going to come to this situation, so I was thinking for 2 days in the room. Should I become a politician? Should I go to and rob something or become a thief? Or should I jump into cinema and then become a superstar? I was thinking various ways. But none of the scenarios shows me a good roadmap. And no destination I am going to see. So I have no other choice, you have to work in this. And suddenly my cousin said, hey, I have a recommendation, there is a 2,000 rupees salary, you are going to quickly go to Coimbatore and then do something else. Then immediately I jumped back, and even for that 800 rupees, there was a recommendation to go and then join them. So I came back, here I work, and the first day they said I am going to be all in that foundry, and then there was in municipality, now they are my supplier. So on that day, when we go there, I was working hard in the day in the foundry. I don't know whether you guys have seen foundry or not, but it's all about sand and castings, metal, they pour into it and then take the parts out. So with that, on that day the castings were finished, you have to lift that casting and walk all the way and then put it over here. There are a lot of people working, and I am also working along with them. My 2 shoulders has come down. That day it has come down. So at the end of the shift, I was looking at where was CNC machines, what I seen in Singapore as a future opportunity. Nobody was showing me the CNC machines because computer numerical control machine, everybody learn at that time and they go to Singapore immediately. They will teach the company where they are working. I also did the same thing, but no other go. So what happened? I thought foundry they will have the CNC machines. There was no CNC machines. Then when I started having all these castings out, and one of the employees was saying, "Oh, you are from Singapore, ah? Yes, yes. Okay. Very particular, but people have studied a lot. No, sir, I just made only because they are all uneducated and skilled." And they said, "Do you know what is the work tomorrow you have? What work, sir? You have to put all the sand there and take all the new sand over on the floor." What? Should I do that? Tell me. Should I go and take those sands over here and there? Next day, again my shoulder went down. Morning, my uncle, I'm living in his room. So he was trying to go for work by morning. So like, hey, get up, man. When you go? Where? To the work. Go, man. I'm not going to the work. And then I started my fight and then started looking for a job. Where was my job? My lovable job? Where was the CNC machines? So that's how I started my career. Somehow I got one company, interesting company. I worked there for 1.5 years. The moment 2 years minimum experience I have, I went to Singapore back to the work permit. I earned 2 years there. And then it was boring for me. I'm a person of learning. I'm a learning animal. I don't do things which I know. I do things which I don't know. Which means whatever I know, I make sure I'm teaching somebody else, and then they do that. I ensure that, and I learn something new, and then I keep going. So able to understand, grasp it. If you want me to repeat, I can repeat. Repeat? Okay. I'm a learning animal. I don't do things which I know. I do things which I don't know. Which means whatever I know, I make sure I teach somebody and then they take care of it, so that I ensure that, because people will not do what you inspect, they will do what you inspect. That is what the culture of our Indians. Okay? And then I keep learning something new and then I grow on the new stuff. Got it? Okay. So in this philosophy, Singapore is just 24 kilometers, very monotonous, working, learn, earn some money. I closed down my debts at my village. So we are a debt-free family first. Good satisfaction. Wow. Came back here and I just went to the same company and then they said, hey Jan, you are back, so why don't you? People used to call me as Jan, G-N-E-A. Okay. So just want to tell you, you can also call me as Jan, no problem. And then I worked there for another 2 years. And I got an opportunity to start a new greenfield project. So I joined another company, same in mind, this BSMED. So being a first employee, I was there for 10 years, built that company from scratch to 250 crore. And then there are 1,200 employees who are only like 85 CNC machines I bought with the 2 stories. Okay, that with customers like Caterpillar, GE, Bosch, Daimler, Hyundai, Vestas. I traveled across the globe like US, Europe, anywhere in the world in Swiss. I have traveled most part of the world. And all these 10 years, I was learning my BS in business planning. I was doing my MTech in quality management. I was studying on the way out. And after that company, that my boss, entrepreneur, so he has different successes that they want to sell the company back. So I just came out one fine day. I thought it is enough. No more excitement, the capacity is full. And then it was running because it is very hard to run a giant wheel. You are seeing in the festivals, not known to only a giant wheel. I wanted to operate that, how difficult it will be. So that operator, how that he start that. He will be just hanging on it and then just pulling it, right? But after that, it creates its own momentum. It will automatically run, you can just watch it. And whenever it is slow, you can just give a small push. And it will again continue. So I said, sir, this empire has been built. I am not recovered anymore. And it is boring for me. Now it is 25 years after my diploma. Though it is 25 years, I worked for 2 mandates every single day for the first 3 years. Which means 2 shifts. Not for money, just for learning. Because what do you mean by experience? What do you mean by experience? If you go for a work one day, it's a 1 day experience. If you go for 26 days, it's a 1 month experience. Correct? But if you work for 2 shifts in the same month, 16 hours, but there are laws, you cannot work more than 8 hours or say 10 hours max a week, I mean per day. But those days were different. So, because the opportunity, if you are finding some trouble in the machine, trouble in the part, some troubleshooting, that's the learning, you get it. If you are a driver, you want to get that driving experience, right? So what is meant by driving experience? How many hours of driving you have done, how many accidents you have done, or how many accidents you have seen, and that's where the experience comes. So one small diversion on this experience part of it. Once I was driving to Chennai early in the morning, 3 o'clock, because of some condolence, my family, and then we were driving in the car. Morning 6:30, there was one cow which is on the center of the median, the divider. It was having a hot space, and I'm coming, and there was one other car which was very slow suddenly. So I'm coming in like 100 or some speed. So when I come very nearby, I suddenly saw there was a rope in the road which was put with a big nail on the left end of the road, and the rope was tied to the cow neck. Cow is standing in the center of the median. And that's why that guy has slowed, but I was not able to slow the car. But that's good. I'm lucky. I just passed it. But what if the front bonnet and the tire, in between, if the tire got blocked, what would have happened? That iron stick would have come all the way, and then it crashed the car, and then the big accident would have happened. From that day onwards, when I am driving, if I see a cow somewhere, what I do? Now I pass down this experience to you So whenever you are driving, when you see a cow, what you will do? The brain has a brilliant power. It will store those things. So please don't drive fast when you see somewhere cow. Because of this stupid system, they just give a long rope on the cow to go and then eat all the grasses around it. But unfortunately, the cow was coming into the middle of the road. Okay, so coming back here. So when you have the more time, you learn a lot. So who will get more paid on the work? The more experience, correct? It is not the certificate of experience. So it is 45 years. I worked for first two shifts for 15 years. My total experience is about 40 years. I have in mind 43 years. Got it? So, after coming out, always men being a kind of workaholic, or they always they put their sweat and effort for the family only, but not cherishable or not enjoyable with the family because they don't be able to compartmentalize this. That's a problem we have, right? So they were asking my support. We are not able to make money. Can you come and then mentor us? So I just went there and then started mentoring some 5 companies. I said, I'm like a tiger. You know, in the industry, when it comes to a result, when it comes to work, I'm kind of a tiger. You are catching the tiger's tail. You can't leave me because it's a man of reputation. Otherwise, you will say, oh, Jan has come, he has spoke very well, but end of the day, we didn't make any money. So you should have a discipline. You told that you are not able to make money. You are not able to run the business very successfully. I am stuck somewhere. So, you come and help me, then you should not guide me again. You should just follow me. That's the condition I have with them. And then I started mentoring a couple of companies. We were able to double the company's top line, bottom line, no capex addition, no manpower addition. So everybody was a bit of happy. But still, I learned something new within 3 months. What is that? Because I am in a big corporate from the scratch, built that company. I had the legacy. But when these entrepreneurs, what mistakes they are doing? MSMEs. Do you know what is MSME? Raise the hand as a discipline and then talk. Excellent. Give you a good applause. So, medium, small, and micro, small, and medium enterprises. Okay. There are 1.5 crore MSMEs in India. Modi ji says they are the backbone of India for the GDP, right? But what does those entrepreneurs do? When I check with them, when I learn with them, business is all about sales, marketing, throughput, quality management system, people empowerment, training, communication strategy, purchase strategy, finance strategy, what is being made, cash flow. All these things, those entrepreneurs don't know. They either come from a big company as a techie service. They come and then start up a new company. They put up one machine, one become 2, 2 become 5, 5 become 10. After 10, they get choked and they are not able to grow beyond a limit. So when they are small, they do good. And they put 18 hours of time into that company. And customers come and then ask them, hey, you are doing super. Why don't you go for another 10 machines? Keep working. Somebody thinks that, oh, no, there are no 36 hours a day, so I'm not going to start. But no. At that level, they said. And somebody go for 20 machines. And they start looking at the money and peace and happiness, what they have when they are at 5 machines. Why, these entrepreneurs do not keep learning and upgrading them. What they do, they are boss. They come to the office, 10 o'clock, they call people, they see reports, they alert them, and then they just roam the plant, and then they call the customers, they go back home. Yeah, because they are running a business. They are good. They don't learn. You eat everything. Correct. You like? How many food varieties you like? Anything? What do you need? Only curd rice or rasam. Nothing else. Whatever is shown in front of you, you are food poison, you are taking in, you're vomiting or you don't look at all those foods. Correct or not? You are so disciplined at that time. So when your stomach is okay, it becomes okay. Then again, you start samosas. It happens or not? So what happens is when you are doing good, you have to dedicate to the team, and then you have to start learning something new, and then grow. That part was missing with those analysts. And then the pricing power, negotiation power. So here all the MNCs, our Indians are sitting, they know their prices are like 2,000 rupees in the USA in their own SAP system. And when they want to get a quote from our people, Indian people, we say like 400 rupees, 500 rupees. What is greater to say? Oh, I'll give you 800 rupees. Make your sophisticated process. Excellent delivery. India pride is very important. You have to supply, quality and delivery. Right? But what these guys do, getting people for 250 rupees. Because they want to raise their dollar and operate for the white people and then give them more profits. This guy will sweat out, working hard and dying. And nothing. This is the state of MSMEs. So, and then finance. They don't understand finance. So finance, I also had my tough time on finance when I started my company and I was growing different fashion. Working capital, all those finance was always on top. So I also don't have a finance knowledge, always on the management and the business knowledge. So I am learning. I have to join Mumbai Chamber of Commerce for learning finance. I joined there, understood what is bootstrap accountants, what is person family, angel investors, VC, PE, right order, ticket, sovereign law of fund, shareholder law of fund, what is the alternate investment fund. I learned a little bit of finance and then got into what is for my own survival. Got it. So for MNCs, why don't you go for export? One entrepreneur said, no, I will have a headache when I travel from here to Chennai by flight. That's it. You need to get more pricing, you need to get from US, Europe. So when I go to US, I take car on the landing airport, 6,000 miles, every day 400 miles. I drive, meet customer, sleep there, and then start my next day by again driving, and wherever I end up my 15th day, in that airport I leave the car and then I drive back. So these capabilities not everybody have. You have to build your capabilities on each and every area. Okay. So 1 year, then I decided there are 1.5 crore MSME. How I am going to help them? If I keep talking how to run the company, I don't have a gray hair by that time, but now I have some gray hair. So they don't listen that much, right? They also do something what they want to do. And then borrowing power. So all those challenges, it is not easy that how you are a successful entrepreneur. I can say it in one word. There are so many things which is involved in the discipline in the process of growing the company and the career. Okay. So with that in place, I thought of helping many more people in a different fashion. So I want to start a company. Unless otherwise I own this, I can't connect those customers and these guys just for the money. After some years, they will ditch or they will not deliver, and my reputation has gone with the white people whom I am going to connect. Right? So I just decided. I didn't thought on till that day I want to become an entrepreneur. But there was a push for me to become an entrepreneur. So I started with nothing. I have some money because I earned my first 1 crore rupees in 12th year. If you look at my graph is there is a board here, but I can just put it on the air. You can understand. So there is a y-axis and x-axis. Y-axis is the salary, okay? Per year, 10,000 is my start, right? And then lakh, 10 lakh, like that, a crore, 2 crore, 3 crore, 5 crore, that's the graph. And this is the years. It took 12 years for me. The graph was like this, very slowly ramping up. And then my graph is got it? So, any business, anybody putting a hard work, it will take 10 years to 15 years to set your base to earn a lot, learn a lot, and then you earn a lot. You can't look at the first day itself or first year itself, you want to earn more money, it will never happen. Knowledge through learning by experience is the only way to grow. No other way. Okay, so started a company, and then first year we did 6 crore, second year we did 12 crore, third year we are supposed to be 40 crore, but COVID has come. COVID has come, industry was down, and we are also getting hit because of that, because I just only started at that time and majored in oil and gas to Texas US business, and then we are back to 5 crore. And I started selling masks. Made one immediately mask machine, and then need of the hour. So let us make an engineering brain, and then made a mask machine. He started selling masks. For all our colleagues, from the pre-service mask. Okay. And then I did some research. What are all the business going forward? Turmeric extraction, flax extraction, copper beads. There are so many form of business and so on. In my interest of my time, I was just learning. And then I thought, okay, no more new normal with this COVID. We have to do something else new. And then sitting here, again found another 6 customers, and grow from 5 crore to 28 crore, 28 crore to 68 crore without traveling anywhere. And then Russia war comes, everything comes for flat for 1 year. And then again, last year we did 100, this year 150. And now it's the time for me to go to PE, where we are working on PE. So my plan is to make this company 2,000 crore in another 5 years' time by multiplying with the PE investment. We have done all the base work, we bought land for big expansion. So if you can name companies in Coimbatore, like 1,000 crore companies, how many companies? Anybody has studied big companies? Any names? Somebody know? How many of them from Coimbatore? Most of them. Okay, that's all from rural area, right? So what are the company names you will keep hearing in Coimbatore? Havels, Aluminum, good, then LG, recall, very good, then Roots. Okay, good, then all these companies, like KBR, KBR Mills and so on. So, do you know how many years old all these companies? More than Texmo, Aquasur, CRA, right? All these companies are how many years old? More than 50 years or say 40 years. But they have not crossed beyond 1,000 crore. I took only 10 years, my target to be 2,000 crore and make an impact in my yeah. When we are reaching 2,000 crore, when we go to IPO, or when I sell that company, I have no emotions. I'm ruthless. It's a company. I'm a businessman. I'm not an artist. I cannot keep emotions. It's my reputation. And then, as a businessman, if I can value my company for 20,000 crores, or say 10,000 crores, but how much is too much? Oh, you have nothing. When it comes to you, it is how much is too much. Everybody has some number, right? So for me, there is a number. Who is excited to know my number? Everybody is excited. Okay. So my wife doesn't spend more than 1 lakh rupee a month. Which means 12 lakh per year. Okay. This is nothing compared to what I am going to get my return. So my how much is too much? I have decided a number called 500 crores net tax paid. 500 you, correct. Arunachal movie stars, exactly. So, with that, Annamai movie is the Arunachal movie. So, with that 500 crores, 18% is close to about 100 crores a year, right? And monthly it is about 10 crores. Even after tax, whatever the least interest, 5 crores, let's say 5 crores, I am getting every month as a return. My 500 crores is going to be capital is there, right? I can burn this 5 crore every month. What I should do? I should burn. Otherwise, I cannot sleep. I need to do something. I play 2 hours of tennis every morning. I go for a walk in the evening. Right? Travel across the globe. Whatever you party, you have food, adventures. You can't spend much more. So, but I have to burn 5 crore. So my plan is a philanthropy, and I don't have any more excitement in terms of making money. The problem is very strong. Money is paper. I just came out of that money syndrome. After I started earning that 1 crore, I have 4 houses, 5 cars, all super cars. I'm done with all these excitements. Even traveling is boring for me. I take 50, 60 flights a year. 50. So, what I do, I have to burn, right? We will clean Coimbatore city overnight. There will be 20 garbage lorries, cleaners, drivers under our trust, and they will start by 11 o'clock in the night and morning 4 o'clock they will clean. There will be a lot of pitfalls, right, on the road. Just because of that, the traffic is very slow. Because everybody wants to take care of their car in a very nice manner. They will drive very slowly. Wear and tear because of brake. Fuel cost for India, the whole oil is getting consumed. And our golden time, right? So all these things are getting wasted just because of this stupid road quality, and then roads are getting into. There will be 20 concrete mixture with the pit setting will be running in city.
The contractors will like that.
That's all. I have all the other way. We have to figure it out how to make this happen legally. By going through the government, I am sponsoring. What's the problem in it? And I can have 10 bodyguards for me. Okay, you have to do it, right? What else? So, if you put that, I'm not saying they have to put the good road. You do whatever shit you want to do. But what we are going to do is, we will clean it up. We will make sure those pitfalls are filled whenever there was a message or there's going to be an app or something. The same night, 11 o'clock, after everybody sleeps, our team will start. And in the morning, 4 o'clock, we will make sure the road is clean and people can drive very smoothly. And there are a lot of accidents happen because of that, right? When there is a rain. I tell you, Appanayakambani, where our company is also there, if I choose only one place, Appanayakambani, 5 crore every month, 12 months, 60 crore, I can put that and make some impact in that society and that community, correct? If Appanayakambani is done, I can go to Vellamalai, this, that, everywhere. If Coimbatore is done, or you put a list map, we will make it everything happen. So if Coimbatore is done, we can go to my native Tenkasi or somewhere to Tirupur or Chennai. We can keep doing till my lifetime. Correct? No beggars in our city. No old people waiting for food and shelter. Solar lights across the city over a period of time, not in the same month. Right? I can start my entrepreneurs academy and then do a free coaching for them. My daughter is getting into finance, and then we were going to Bangalore last week, and then while driving, it said commerce and finance was around there, and I told her, hey, you have a job to do. I'm not going to say what you want to become, but there is an opportunity. What opportunity is that? I said, I have 500 crores. Can you make it to 5,000 crore and 50,000 crore? I will tell you a way how can you make that happen. And with that money, then again you can do this philanthropy. Or she became a CA, she can build women empowerment, only for women, she can give job. And not only being an auditor or saying the company, no, you succeeded, you profit, you are lost. No. Let us handhold them and then run the company in a better way, where I will coach you, and then let us make an impact for the entrepreneur society. That we can do. I can incubate for the startups. I can become a private equity. I can invest on companies. I have a lot many. I can go to my farm house, sleep, do some only organic vegetables to eat. We can do our own time. There are a lot many things to do. So I'm done with this boring and I am counting my days for another 3 to 5 years max. I'll be completely out of the business. I'll be selling my company. Then we'll be able to do this impact to the society. So now you got it. For the privilege, for the society, I can help a lot of education part of it, right? So when I get that 500 crore done, you can't really down those, whatever you have, you can't do in 1 month. Whatever you get earning, because that excitement will go. I have such an excitement. I want to have a car, crazy guy. House, money, all that money, after money was there sitting idle. I can't do anything. I can't do anything with the money. Right? So you all will come to that state one day. So you have to set a vision very clearly. At least a short-term vision. Everything happens twice in the world. First in mind, second in reality. So you need to dream yourself first, and then have a way towards it, roadmap, and then you just move each and every. So what are the quick tips are maybe through your Q&A I can answer. I can answer those. What are all my special approach to reach this on my day-to-day life? That all can be covered on the next session, I think. Okay. Thank you for actively listening. Is that anybody got some sleep during this? Sure?
Yes, sir.
I won't say anything. You can just without disturbing others. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Dot 3:45.
everyone is refreshed. Now we'll be having an interview session with the guest, Mr. S. Gnanasekharan sir. Now the panel can raise their questions. Over to the panel.
As an entrepreneur, you would have faced more of failures. Like, according to you, what you consider as a failure and how you overcome a failure? And a tip for the students to, as a student, I want you to say.
Good question. Failure இல்லாம யாருமே வந்து grow ஆக முடியாது. But என்னோட லைஃப்ல நான் திங்க் பண்ணி பார்த்தேன்னா, be frank, I shared you the entire journey, right? So there was no such failures, I would say. Because failures come from different area. So why am I strategy? What is the strategy of the strategy? Strategy plan. Plan. What is the strategy? It's a 3-day class. See, I am not only full course the leadership communication class. They need to pay but you can go and then attend those classes. So that gives you a phenomenal clarity of what is going on. So, if on the market down on COVID, you know, so there are 4 measure classes, the flood road, container vessels. So இந்த மாதிரியான நம்ம கைக்குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய பிரச்சனைகளை நம்ம டேபிளுக்கு கீழே இருக்கிற பிரச்சனைகளை பார்க்காம விட்டுட்டோம்னா தான் பிரச்சனை நமக்கு பெருசா இருக்கும். இல்லை அப்படின்னா கோஆர்டினேஷன் கிளாஸ்ல இல்லை வெளியே இருந்து வர பிரச்சனைகள்லாம் வந்து எல்லாரும் எப்படி பேச பண்ணாலும் நம்ம அந்த மாதிரி பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ல ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா ஒரு வேர்ட் சொல்லணும்னா டிபெண்ட்ஸ் அவ்வளவுதான். டிபெண்ட்ஸ் அப்படின்னா அது அந்த சிச்சுவேஷனுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி. நான் எந்த சிச்சுவேஷனுக்குன்னு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண முடியும். ஓகே, ஸோ எவ்ரி சிச்சுவேஷன் யூ நீட் டு ஹேண்டில், பட் யூ ஹேவ் டு பி போல்ட். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் எங்கேருந்து வரும்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மேஜரா எவ்ரிதிங் பாய்ஸ் டவுன் டு நம்பர்ஸ். நம்பர்ஸ் தான் இல்லை, நீ உங்களோட ஈஸி இதில் பிகாம் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. ஸோ வாட் இஸ் மீன் பை நம்பர்ஸ்? வேல்யூ. ஓகேவா? ஸோ எனிதிங் அண்ட் எவ்ரிதிங் யூ கன்வெர்ட் தட் இன்டு அ வேல்யூ. வேல்யூல பார்த்து இதெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணணும்னா ஃபோர்காஸ்டிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயம், ப்ரெடிக்ஷன், மோர் ப்ரெடிக்டிவ் டூல் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ப்ரெடிக்ஷன். இந்த ப்ரெடிக்ஷன் அவங்களால பை கல்ச்சராக ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கும் பை கல்ச்சராக நீங்களும் டிசிப்ளினாக அதை ஃபாலோ பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து திடீர்னு சோதனைகள் என்ன வரவே வரும். ப்ரெடிக்ஷன்னா என்ன? எக்ஸாம்பிள், ஐ கேன் கிவ் யூ எக்ஸாம்பிள். நீங்கள் ஊருக்கு போறீங்க, பிக்னிக் போறீங்க, ட்ரெயினில் போறீங்க. ஓகேவா? ட்ரெயின் எத்தனை மணிக்கு? 8 மணிக்கு. வீட்டில் இருந்து எத்தனை மணிக்கு கிளம்புவீங்க? What are you doing in the time? What? You are predicting. ஒரு நேரத்தில் போல ஒரு நேரம் ஆகும், ஒரு நேரம் ஆகும், போனதான் ட்ரெயின் பிடிக்கும். கரெக்டா இல்லையா? அதனால கதையே இல்லாமல் பொறுமையாக ட்ரெயின் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா என்ன ட்ரெயின் ட்ரெயின் போயிடும். அவ்வளோதான். ஊருக்கு ஊற்றி போய் உட்காந்தா அவங்க நிறைய டைம் எடுத்துட்டு போய் உட்காந்து. கரெக்டா? ப்ரிடிக்ஷன் இஸ் ப்ரிடிக்ஷன் டூல். இதில் சிம்பிளாக ஒரு வேர்டு சொல்லணும்னா இதெல்லாம் கல்ச்சர் எப்படி கொண்டு வரணும்னா டிசிப்ளின். உங்கள் ஃபோனில் எத்தனை அலாரம் இருக்கு? 5 அலாரம். யார் சொன்னாங்க? 5 5 அலாரம் என்ன சொல்லிங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாமா? எதுக்கு எதிரிக்கா? இப்போ தூங்கிட்டு இருந்தா சூஸ் போட அந்த மாதிரி அலாரம். இது யூஸ்லெஸ் அலாரம். வேற அலாரம் எத்தனை எதுக்கு வச்சிருக்கீங்களா சொல்ல முடியாதா வேற டைம் ஓகே தட் இஸ் ஃபார் சம் ஆக்டிவிட்டியா இல்ல தூங்குறதுக்கு ஒண்ணு வைப்பாங்க எல்லாரும் அது ரீட் அதை விட்டுருங்க அது இல்லாம அது எதுக்கெல்லாம் ஆரம்பிக்கிறீங்க இல்ல இல்லையா ஒர்க் அவுட் வைக்கிறீங்க எத்தனை மணிக்கு ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணணும் இல்லையா வேற அது ஒரு குட் டிசிப்ளின் எனக்கு வந்து மொத்தம் 70 ரிமைண்டர்ஸ் இருக்கும் 70 அலாரம் இருக்கும் Why? Because கஸ்டமர் இன்னைக்கு ஒன்று ஏதாவது ஒன்று கேட்குறாங்கன்னா நாளான்னைக்கு மத்தியானம் 3 மணிக்கு உங்களுக்கு நான் ரிப்ளை பண்ணுறேன்னு நான் ரிப்ளை கொடுத்தேன்னா என் அலாரத்தை உடனே நான் 2:55க்கு நாளான்னைக்கு நான் செட் பண்ணிடுறேன். எதுக்கு ஆந்திரா ரிமைண்டர் என் டீமுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவேன் எனக்கு அந்த ஒர்க்குக்கு எவ்வளோ நாள் பார்ப்பேன் ஒரு 4 மணி நேரத்தில் ஆகுது அவனுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவேன் எனக்கு வந்து அன்னைக்கு காலையில கொடுத்துடணும் அவன் அலாரத்தை என்ன பண்ணிடுவான் காலையில அவர் பார்த்து இதை முடிச்சு கொடுக்கணும் he has to set an alarm for him to deliver to me on time so we have accept no reminder somebody has to repeat you to follow it up that's it they are all humans right so now you have to be committed to it and then you have to honor the commitment so that culture will help if his alarm but not only I will wait I will also keep one alarm place for that guy saying that yes I can hey I think hope you have completed almost half of the work அப்படின்னு ஒரு message then looking at the message that guy will be oh I have not yet started but also saying already half of the work is completed then he will trust to it and before his alarm clicks he has to send it out if he miss that and my alarm when it ranks I see okay if it was sent and done if not I will call that guy sit in front of me it's a death news if there is a death news what you will do yeah if there is a death news இருக்கிற எல்லாத்தையும் விட்டு போட்டு அப்படியே கண்டினியூ பண்ணுவீங்க ஏன்டா எல்லாத்தையும் விட்டு வந்து உட்கார்ந்து 4 மணி நேரத்துல வேலையை முடிச்சுட்டு அப்புறமா எழுதிப்போம் so that I have my time which I committed to customer is been honored எனக்கு முன்னாடியே ரெடி ஆயிடும் 2 மணி நேரம் முன்னாடியே நான் போன மெயில டிராஃப்ட் போட்டு உட்காந்துருப்பேன் அந்த 255 அடிச்சோம்னா 3 இப்படி இருக்க கூடாது இப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாது ரைட்டா that's what the discipline prediction and the discipline you need to have hope it answers your question
so first of all thank you to give this valuable learning session and my question is you already told you have to you want to target 2000 growth after 5 years so suddenly like corona or some disaster will come so that time what you will do because you already told you have 2 options A and B so what are the options you can do in that time you will do in that time
so as I answered the previous one you are talking about a failure towards 2000 if something happens like COVID, right? So that's a 4 measure. 4 measure means you can't do anything with that 4 years. Instead of 5 years, if it is going to be 6 years or 7 years, who is going to listen to me? Are you going to come and ask me, sir, you told me 2004 you will do it in 5 years, now it is the 6th year, you are not done, fine for me? Nothing, right? So it's a process towards the 2000. Based on our business plan, our projection, our all those business plans, one line. We are targeting towards 5 years, but it may happen even in the 3rd year or 4th year. Or it may go up to 6th or 7th. It doesn't matter. But the goal matters. With the timeline, with the roadmap, with the progress every single day matters. That's it. So if that doesn't happen sometimes because of the flood or COVID or something, you can't do anything. So that time period will get extended. And if there is another COVID, now I know how to succeed in the mask. Because last time when we were doing this mask, we have some other failure on selling that and connecting the supply chain. And always waiting for more money, 40 rupees mask. We have a lot of mask. Somebody asked for 35, he said, no, we won't give that. Okay. Then after some day, mask was coming down to 25. And somebody said, sir, can you give it for 20? He said, no, 25. And finally, we have a lot of masks of stock and the COVID is gone. What do you do with the mask? Right? But now I sold the last single piece of mask only last month. Every single month we were selling it very slowly, but you know what is the rate? 1.5 rupees. Anyway, so that's the story. You have to deal with it during those tough times and then redo your plan. So there can be a revision. There is nothing wrong on changing your. The goal is not changing. Maybe the timeline would have changed. That is because of something which is not in your control. Correct? Not in your control. If there is going to be a war, everybody takes the gun, everybody starts putting the bomb. The whole world will stop. All the economy will get stop, and everybody will go towards spending money on only defense. All the government, they will take all the FDI investments and then they will put it into defense, and then they will make themselves strong in terms of military and defense part. Right? What do you do? So that's all about the global macroeconomics. What's your background? BCom CA. So you need to understand about the global macroeconomics and then where the world is going to and what will happen. Shale gas US கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க அப்படின்னு பேப்பர்ல நியூஸ் I read that. I was able to connect the dots. Oh, so the energy is getting to shale gas. So all the mining related stuff is going to, the coal power is going to go down. So where the coals are happening in the world. So US is buying mostly from Indonesia and Russia. So what are the mining trucks are used in those mining? All 737 Caterpillar trucks. So we were supplying to Caterpillar. So how many parts we are supplying to that trucks? So we are supplying 21 parts for the engine. So what engine is included? It's a 3508. So where it is manufactured in Latvia, Taylors, also in the Brazil. The truck was manufactured in Decatur, also in Tululu. So all this business is going to come down in another 6 months' time. So let us don't expand the capacity and stop on that. Let us focus some other business. So that's going to get us in. I was able to say that sitting, reading the paper and connecting the dots. But those days when we asked the Caterpillar, is that going to come down? They said, no, it will not come out. We are having a good schedule. And they keep giving schedules and then everybody was building capacity. Because those trucks, one monster truck is half of this room. It will carry 160 tons in one truck. Because whatever the trucks you are seeing on the road is only 18 tons capacity. That truck is carrying 160 tons. One truck it will carry the capacity. So those trucks being produced in the last 30-40 years with 5 trucks per year, 5 trucks per month, 10 trucks, 20, 30, there are so many dealers of trucks. Everybody keeps getting it. Mahindra car rocks on why? Because every dealer was pulling that car, right? So likewise, those trucks were being pulled by the dealers. So they are keep giving. No dealer have a stock. They always keep getting it. They are increasing the but this cars cannot be produced like a car today 50 trucks, next month 500 trucks. Because the truck size is huge and then lot of parts, lot of supply chain, lot of capacity. So they have been pulling. So what happened is at the level of thousands, this news I was reading, and then they were projecting for 2,000 trucks doubling next year. Everybody is building capacity. What their signal is from the dealers. The market signal is from the dealers, right? So the supply chain, if you look at the curve is like this, and then it will be like this. This is the end user. Here the manufacturer. They have ups and downs on the volume and business. So this curve, the customer is here, right? The dealer is in the dealer do not, they see there was no business, but they thought, oh, as now we can get full of stocks, we will only sell, and all the dealers filled their pipeline, they filled all their showrooms with full of stock, they were keep buying it. And one fine day, there was no buying of trucks. They told the caterpillar, no more buying, we have enough of stock. Then suddenly it got stopped. But we were already no buying. So this kind of prediction and the forecasting, reading papers, collecting the dots is very important. This all comes from the learning attitude and the ability to keep learning and then keep see in software, for example, if you don't upgrade yourself, you learn Java, Java is out. You learn Python, Python is out. You learn everything, AI comes and then you are out. So you need to be at par with the industry, right? Unless otherwise you are so conventional and you think, Tamil is the person proverb, so if you have learned something and then you say, I learned this song, nothing. One fine day you will be finished. So say even the market, the product, okay. Once upon a time, during Sultan and so on time, everybody was fighting with the war with the swords, right? What happened? Somebody has come, with the gun, then the war story has ended. So that war, sword, you know who is the manufacturer of that sword? We heard about the Wilkinson sword blades. Maybe this generation was using Gillette or something, so they were not using those. So the blade, right? So the blade, the center of the blade, if you see, that's a sword holding arm shape, right? So that was the shape which they standardized for the blade. So that company now only to sharpen and then cut. So they thought instead of making swords, they started making blades. So that's how the blade journey started. But what happened to the Onida TV? Somebody has seen the ad of Onida TV? There was one song coming out of the guy, the Onida ad. Nobody? I mean, so they said our picture tube is the. No. And then the platform has come. LED, Onida gone, BlackBerry gone, Nokia gone, video gone, video cassette recorder gone. MP3, MP6, now deviceless music are patented. So that is the bullet engraved on your business or in your product. Somebody was innovating in some corner of the world. So you have to be ready that you will be killed in no time. Right? So it's all about prediction, learning, news, be ready, be flexible, be alert. So I will make my 2000, you don't worry.
How did technology and digital transformation impact your business?
Wonderful question. I should thank you because I forgot to explain in that my story. I have one other company called a software company. Okay. So in today's world, digitization and Industry 4.0, MES. So these are all very, very important because the world is evolving. That's why the affluence of the product is, right? So for manufacturing industry, too high time that we didn't adapt yet the digitalization or the technology. But keeping this in mind, when I was working for the first 25 years, I mean the first 15 years with the physics or whatever, I found it very hard to collect those data, do those check sheets, SPCs, graph, Excel, PPT, bullshit. And unless otherwise you are very clever, there will be a lot of errors on those data and then you can't take a decision. Right? Now everybody wants life. You go to hotel, you order food, click, sir, repeat order, sir, okay sir. You go to the next table and then the food comes to you, right? They are using digitization. Why don't you do it in manufacturing, in CNC machines? So I can invite you guys as a team and then you can come and visit our shop floor and see. Our shop floor has no paper, no pen in our company. Everything is digital. I have every machine with the tab. Unlike all the companies, no SAP, Oracle, none of them have that. So I incubated this project because I am the author. How this product has to be there. In India, there are a lot of software companies, software engineering. Everybody was doing it. Job work for US and all other countries. Nobody has a great product as ourselves, right? So we built a product for the last 4 years, and then now our product is on live. We put up in our company. Now we are giving that in a subscription basis per machine, like to all the MSMEs. So now our customers, Germans, everybody is see and hey, you have done an amazing job, man. Nothing like this because 40 graphs, there is a big screen, it will keep growing, and then you can see your company. I have an online PNL. So every minute I can see my, just with one laptop and then I can 10 by 10 room, I can run the company like sitting anywhere. So we have evolved. So that company I split off as a separate company. QNT Solutions is nothing but the quality and quantity solutions for the any metals machine products for customers. But this DMX Solutions, we have introduced digital manufacturing excellence solutions, which we have split off, and there was a company. And my brothers who is sitting in US and then working for MNCs, I said, enough of it, just come out of US and then sit here and then run this product and then we will make this grow. And our company is evolving now. There are close to about 50 customers. We have already deployed and everybody was using our system. And once we get to 500 customers at least in another 2 to 3 years, that company will be valued for $500 billion, which is 4,000 crores. So we are also in technology and everybody has to adapt this. If they don't adapt this, 10 years from now, manufacturing will find a hard time to run their business. Because you kids are all going to be the future entrepreneurs. You will never be able to go back to paper and pen and then calculate all those things. You are working with only mobile and then systems. So unless otherwise you start a company with completely technologically driven and digitalization, it will be very hard for you guys to run, but by the time it will evolve, the first mover advantage and the pricing advantage we may have, hard to imitate. So there are so many things which is there on the product part of it, but answering your question, yes, that will impact, but not today. It will impact in the near future. So we have to adapt it much sooner. We are adapting that. Thank you.
Sir, you said about mission and missions are very important. When starting a company, what should be your major mission and vision and how it will change your organization?
See, vision you can change because the dynamism is very important in life. Okay. The philosophy what you have is one thing. Okay, the goal is one thing. With any business goal is making money. There was a book called The Goal. Okay, McGrath book, and there was also a movie, very interesting. You got to study that book whenever you find the time. So, goal is to make money. Okay. So the vision will evolve over a period of time. So it is not there's a common vision. So my first vision is to make money. Okay. Second vision is to make more money. Then when I cross that money, when I am into the journey of more money, I understood that more money doesn't make any sense. So I should have some vision which I get my joy, happiness person goes up, so that your vision has to tie up with it. Okay. If I ask you, as Ram said, it's only question time, but I'm going to ask you back again. So, at your age of 45, what do you want to be? What is your vision as of now?
I think I want to earn more than my capability, more than my expense. I should have to have 50 crores on my bank account. I don't need to ask money for anyone to anyone, for everything to anyone.
So, good, that because this is very important requirement for every human being. Okay, they don't want to go and then lend with someone and so on. I mean, to borrow from someone. So, as of today, this is your vision, right? Same as mine. But when you reach that level, then your vision can change. But until you reach that satisfaction, because you find that this is my most important vision as on today. But when you come to that level, then your vision may change and you would have evolved in a different fashion during that time. And there's nothing wrong on keeping your vision, but that vision will be something much more than this. It will never come down, right? So that can be done. But if you don't achieve this on time, until your lifetime you will be chasing only this. And even you may understand at some time, oh no, 50 crore is only too much for my capability, 10 crore is okay. Then you can also change your vision to 10 crore and then you can live happily for the rest of life. Got it?
Person go to the small business, he had a lot of options, more than 10 options. How would you get to choose the perfect one? Like, if I have the 4 options to start a business, which one I have to choose? How would you get to it?
So at what period you want to start this? After college?
So, after joining a job,
Okay. So you want to work for 2 years and then you want to start this now. So it's all based on your interest. If you can do only maths very good, you have to figure out what you are good at. Okay, that's first thing. What you are good at. And then directly before jumping into the business, you get more experience towards that. Okay, the age of getting into an entrepreneurship, I would say not before 30. I won't say that it is wrong, but to gain some considerable shop floor to top floor, you need to gain some basics, and then that will give you a very good confidence to go about it. Okay, and then you need to have a coach. Everybody, I'm telling you, you need to have some coach in your life forever, or I would say till your retirement or sometime. Anything it comes. Maybe for your personal sharing or your relate to good friends maybe. But the coach in the sense where you want to learn, where you want to specialize, where you want to grow, you keep somebody who is good at it as a mentor, be along with them, and then they will guide you. You are not putting any wrong steps, and then you are getting into a problem. Okay. So out of 10, again, to say whether this business is viable, there are a lot of tools to validate your business plan, your returns, your customers, your capex, where you are going to get funded, whether it is scalable business or not scalable business. It depends. Okay. So for example, the Kellogg's business, Kellogg's or any small whatever they put it on the cover and sell it, right? They produce millions and millions of packets across the globe, correct? Study says there was an FSSAI approval and so on. Minimum if it is 100 grams, that should be 100 gram plus minus you can have 3 grams or 5 grams if they do an inspection. So they take a random sample of so many things and then they look at 5 grams is always more. So that CEO said, get rid of it. Let us work on the least set of 3 grams. And that 3 plus 3 grams has saved so many million rupees because they have saved so much of scenario. Correct? But that can be done in an economies of scale. If you are going to keep a fast food, your fast food can be only here. Who will come and eat it? Only within 5 kilometers. Somebody will 50 kilometers will not travel here to eat your fast food, right? Maybe once he can come, but he will not be a repeated customer. So this business cannot be scalable unless otherwise you go for a franchise, this, that. So you have to choose your business and your business goals. How much is too much for you? How much is too much for you? 4 to 5 business. No, I am asking about how much is too much is the value. Money you want to earn in your life. If you want to become a business, making money is the business goal. How much money you want to make? 10 to 15. So you have to choose your business out of 10 to 15. Like 10 to 15 growth is when the inflation goes up and then that will be nothing. Then you may look for, no, I want 50 crore business. So it can always change and evolve. So you don't need to worry about it. You can choose 10 business. If it is a 10 business itself, you have so much of oscillation in your mind. So where you are good at it, find one thing, you can go behind it and then you can get that. So all those tools to validate that business will be successful, you need to have certain experts along with you to validate that to our experience. So you have to be at least half experienced by working into that particular stuff and target. If there are parents are running some business or parents are having some other thing, we want to be a successor for that, you can go and then join there and not sitting at the top directly. Go and then start working from the ground, understand the ground reality, and then use it at some time to take over the roles. You have to play with all the roles to learn them. Okay?
So how do you find your customers?
Okay, how do we find the customers and then get their trust? Right. Good. So, you know the philosophy of getting our company name on Q and Q solutions. We know what is meant by Q and Q. Quality and quantity. Excellent. So somebody has done that homework. Yeah? Okay, good. So you go to a hotel, being a customer, what do you look for first? You look for good ambience. So if the food is like you want to sit in that ambience, taste and quality. First you look for quality. Right. Ambience is important. Which means also a quality, right? A posh thing. So quality you look for. And then you look for then I'm ready to for a you ask for more quality. So quality and quantity. Correct. But in engineering and in any business, quality and quantity. QCD mantra. QCD is nothing but quality, cost, delivery. These are the three important things. Any customer, if you are being a customer, order in online, if you are able to get the quick delivery, Insta market, right? Immediately. You want it right away, they are able to deliver. So they get business. So delivery is important. Quality is important. Cost, I won't say much more, but to grow in the business, cost is also important. However, you can see nano car on the roads. You can also see Mercedes on the road, right? You can see a lot of Hyundai, Kia, Toyota, this, that, all those stuff. So you have to position yourself on the cost range. That is high quality, high comfort, but the cost is very high. Not everybody can afford it. But the very important stuff is, even if you go to Mercedes, you have money, quality is there. If the delivery is going to be delayed, I go for Jaguar, I go for Lexus, I go for something else. So they should also deliver. So quality and quantity, which is quality and delivery, is the most important. If you keep delivering this, of course, customers will keep coming back to you. So you can think that how many services you are, how many things you are buying as a repeated stuff, or how many hotels you are going for a repeated stuff. Because you like the quality first and you like that delivery. When you are going your passport, basic things. So Q and Q, philosophy of the direct in the quality question now, in the delivery, the work now, Q and Q are different. Okay, trust is very, very important word. Because unless otherwise you build that trust in the customer, Japanese to learn business is very difficult. Because they don't trust just like that. It will take so many years to get their heart. Okay. So trust to build it, you have to be highly ethical, You have to be transparent. You have to be open. You have to be straight. Okay. If you don't do this, you will easily get caught, and then there will never be a repeated customer. But customer, I had a different philosophy. We are into B2B or B2B, B2C. Nobody can answer? Business to? Google void of Purana. I do the Nana. All of the answers, whoever is ready to answer, you can raise your hand. So, or did you study that Q&A solutions where we are into? Are we a B2B company or are we a B2C company? B2B, good. So, what is meant by B2C? No, again, no going there. Please. Please raise your hand. Who are interested? What are the business to customer. What is B2B? Business to business. Correct. Now, let us come to the point. You are a customer. You are also the CEO of the company. Okay. You are in my company. Okay. Just for say. So, don't get me question. So, if you are going to be a B2B guy, you are a CEO, evening you are going home, and then you are very hungry, and you are ordering pizza on the app. Okay? You order the pizza. So, half an hour. So, how does this B2C work today? Once you order on the online, it will give you a message. Yeah, your order is received, and it is getting the pizza is getting on the pan. It is getting packed. Pizza is on the way. He is on your door. How was the pizza? They are asking so many questions. Whenever you see that, how do you feel? The pizza is getting ready. It is coming. Super. Get the feel, right? What if 30 minutes there was nothing coming up? What do you do? Immediately you cancel. You will call that guy and then say, hey, I have ordered what happened to my pizza. Then he will say, oh yes sir, please wait, I will call you back. Another 30 minutes now. You are calling again. What happened? Then I say, oh sorry sir, please be on the line, I will check and confirm. Oh yes sir, it has got the order has come, but we missed it somehow. Please wait sir, and another 1 hour we will deliver you the pizza sir. What you will do? You will cancel, right? There are cutthroat customers for a 250 rupee pizza, right? But morning you are a CEO, when your customer calls, first yesterday the shipment would have gone, we didn't get any information. What happened? Oh, sorry sir, there was a problem with the tooling because the lead time is 60 days for our products. When you order a pump part, you need to take the core, you need to produce in the foundry, you do heat treatment, fettling, machining, painting, coating, packing, inspection. It takes almost 45 days or something. The customer has given you order 3 months back. You would have delivered it yesterday. When he is calling today, you are telling the part is not yet produced. It's going to be another 45 days. But when are you saying? After the delivery date, and you are not putting your FIR, you are asking customer to chase you, and then you are saying, sir, there is a. Sorry, sir. Can he cancel the order? Yes, sir. He can't cancel the order. Why? It is not dosa man. He can go to other shop and then buy it immediately. He has to go and then easily. There are a lot of suppliers. But if you go to somebody, he will ask for first NDA, non-disclosure agreement, then quote, then price finalization, then ordering, then they develop samples. So much of time. You are into production. Okay. You ditch your customer. But he will ditch you in a different fashion. Why? He is not a 250 rupee customer. He is a $10 million customer. You are making $1 million of profit with him every year. But you are slowly cutting that So what they will do is, we are repeating this kind of scenarios so many times. He will develop, but without telling you. Once he develop and once he start getting supplies, he will say, he will have no more orders. Sorry, boss. Yes, bye bye. So you lost your customer. The first important thing is to customer is king. Customer is king. Any business, you need to respect your customer. Customer is king. I used to have 15, 20 customers. There will be a global supply chain manager, global development manager, sourcing manager, and then quality guy. And when it comes to production, there will be a supply chain buyers in the plant, and there will be a supply chain quality, 5 people at least. And then there will be a vice president, and then there is something different directors. Everybody will come. There are 7 people and into 15 customers. There's going to be another 5+ people, and everybody is cranky in different own way. You have to manage all those guys. You have to dance according to their taste. You trust to make the customer trust you and then believe you. But you can be straight. You can be nice. Right? Go to a hotel and then when you order food, they be looking at you like this. Will you go back again? No, right? So it all comes to a lot of parameters to have your customers trust you, love you, and wherever they have problem. My customers, what they do, you know, always there will be 1 or 2 supply failures. They will be having 300 supplies, right? It's a big company. And every day morning management meeting, they will always have, hey, what happened? Which line has stopped? Who has not given? Why this supplier? Who is the second source? Okay, second source also not telling me, okay, fine. So this 2 is having a problem. What can we do? And the stores guy or the inside buyer and the inside quality guy will say, sir, why don't we give this part to QMP solutions? They are wonderful delivery. Let us develop there. Who is marketing for me? Because I have given an experience to him. You will tell your friends, no, Machan, that the hotel was nice, come, let's go. You are an influencer, right? So, you need to develop your business, make sure your customer loves you. So, you have to give your heart and mind to customers to make sure you are delivering it. Okay. So, will you make sure your customers love you? Good. But for that, your family should love you, your friends should love you, your society should love you. Unless otherwise you are a lovable person, you can't just make customers around you. When you are manipulating or you are just acting, one day he will. Your true colors will come without knowing you, without your body language, it will come out and then you will be cleaned up. Okay? So now whom we are going to make love you more? Well, everybody will go and say, next time I will not sit here in this dice. Don't worry, fun. Okay. Yes, please.
So you're handling a lot of business. How so you're handling that? You focusing the business. Give us some strategy to handle the business.
I have only 2 business, and even that business we developed, and then I have given to my brothers to take care of it. So I am running only my own business. So, as I said in the initially, I learn things. Out of 8 hours, 4 hours to 3 hours, I work which I have to work. Okay, I don't work for my subordinates. Rather, I teach them and I delegate to them and then I make them grow, but I ensure because people will not do what you instruct, they will do what you inspect. So my eyes will be always there. We have different tools and techniques accordingly, as I said, the reminder system and so on. So once you keep delegating, you add more people, the business automatically grow. Because only I can associate with customers, I can travel. Even now, when we are growing beyond level, I am taking marketing, CMO, Chief Marketing Officers, Chief Executive Officers, Chief Operating Officers. So, when we are going to some scale, those are all high cost, high talented, we have to attract, put them in the company, and they will drive your job, and you need to do what you want to do. Say Tata. That Tata was doing all this work. You just say hi and then you move. But certain strategies, certain vision is set and then drive it, right? So to that scale it happens. So at our level, this is all a learning philosophy where you need to keep delegating, teaching others. So to put it in a simple line, you have to teach others. Whatever you know, that's what I said, you have to keep communicating to your friends, communicating to others, go and talk to your family, whatever you learned today, and before sleeping every day, you put your own number as a WhatsApp, and then today what I have learned. First thing, if you didn't learn anything, you wasted a day. Correct? If you learning something every day and you are communicating to somebody, what will happen? It will be by heart. You will be able to tell that completely in sleep. Correct? Muscle memory. So if you like to watch movies, what movie you have seen last year? Whatever movie, what movie you watched last year? If I am asking you the story of Alepoide or the experience what you get out of the Alepoide, okay? I have not seen Alepoide, for example. So if you are going to tell me, how long it take to tell me that story? படம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க படம் பார்த்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸும் அந்த ஃபீலும் அந்த லவ்வும் இதெல்லாம் சேர்ந்து அப்படியே எனக்குள்ள வரணும். நான் படம் பார்க்கல, ஆனா நான் படம் பார்த்த மாதிரி எனக்கு வரணும். ஓகேவா? எவ்வளவு நேரத்துல எனக்கு அந்த அலைபடிச்ச கதையை எனக்கு சொல்லி முடிப்பீங்க அந்த ஃபீல் வருதுன்னு நான் கேட்கிறேன். சொல்லுங்க. 5 minutes. Any other? Half an hour. அப்புறம் 25 minutes. சொல்லுங்க. நான் கதையை கேட்கல, எவ்வளவு நேரத்துல சொல்லுவீங்க மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க. 5 செகண்ட். வேற அவுட் மேடம், அவுட். அடுத்து எப்படி படம் முடிச்சிருந்தா நாள் ஃபுல்லாவே சொல்லுவீங்க. இது இஸ் க்ளோசஸ்ட் டு ஆன்சர். 2.5 மணி நேரம் படத்தை 2.5 மணி நேரம் சொன்னீங்கன்னா, சீன் பை சீன் சொன்னீங்கன்னா, தட்ஸ் கிரேட். என்னோட காலேஜ் மேட்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் வந்து இப்பவும் வந்து சினி ஃபீல்ட்ல நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. உட்காந்து ப்ரொடக்ஷன் டைரக்டர் working, they want to become a director, so on. When I was flying to US once, they said, Messi, I need your time for at least 2.5 hours. Please come early and then I want to meet you. So Chennai airport opposite Trident Hotel, barbecue, I was listening. And he was going to take a movie and then he wanted me to fund it. And then he is saying 2.5 hours. He said the scene by scene by scene by, and I was literally seeing that movie before he takes that movie. That's a communication power, correct? 2 years later, he will be able to say that movie very confidently, right? So you get by heart. Once you know something, why I am able to be very fluent on, because I preach this, I practice this, I tell so many people, so I am so confident on knowing that things about it, right? So that learning and communication, repeated communication, which is really good. But if you make somebody to sit for one day with the same story, that is also not too good, okay? Just 2.5 hours scene by scene. Otherwise, you are telling the story 3 times, right? Good.
So how do you handle competition in this rapidly changing business world?
Sorry, how do
You handle competition in this rapidly changing business world.
Unfortunately, I would say rapidly changing world is in terms of technology, in terms of all other aspects. Okay, when it comes to competition, which means the same business model, how many peers are there in India or in Coimbatore, how are we going to compete with? Okay, so that's where I chosen a different strategy of doing products. I don't simply do with one like others do. I differentiate myself a little bit compared to other peers who do the same thing. So that's why we are able to grow faster. And in fact, I am competing everybody against. Got it? So you need to figure out what difference it makes to you to do that. So there can be, for example, there are so many hotels. Okay, all the hotels are very good. Okay, but what is the difference between each and every hotel? They have different varieties, right? Otherwise, if everybody is going to give the same idli, same sambar, same thing, whoever gives a good quality, good delivery, then you go there. Correct. So nowadays, the quality and delivery is not a compromise. If you are not delivering and not giving quality, customers will go away. So that is not negotiable. So other than that, the service, the transparency, the response, quick response. So all those things are the competition. So it comes from the culture. So you have to build your company, build your team to so responsive. So as I said, the B2B to B2C, though we are doing a B2B business, we are giving a customer service as a B2C service. How? With our technology. When the orders come in, we acknowledge automatically. When the shipment goes, auto mail goes to the buyer directly. If it is going to get delayed based on the plan, it will give a pop-up. And I have given a login to the customer to come into my portal and then see what we are doing on their parts, how we are inspecting, how we are running, how much stock we are having, and then how we are going to deliver on time. If it is going to get delayed because of some issues, it has a cushion time and it gives a pop-up mail to me, and then if I approve it, that goes to the customer saying that, sir, we need 10 more days, please make some arrangements well in advance, not on the day. So these kind of technology and adoption, not everybody is having. Right. So this is the race. As I said beginning, this is the race. So you need to, when I am running fast, my tools are all these conducts, all my tools, or say my muscle, my power to run fast to get the best. Though I may be not in the front end, I am somewhere in the middle or I am somewhere in the last, but still this is not a 100-meter race. This is a 2000 journey race, and I am trying to beat everyone and then come forward and then get it. Okay.
What is the difference between you, a person who is running a business, is studying as high study. Studying and doing is the same thing. Step one is
So what type of advice I will give for person who is
studying or just doing the other things.
so it's basically about time management. So you have to compartmentalize your work time, and you should not leave your family. See, there are 5 balls. Okay, you have to always play the 5 balls on the air. You can't leave any of the ball down. Okay, one is work, one is entertainment, one is family, other one is friends, and the last one is health. There is only one difference. Work is a rubber ball. Rest all are glass balls. If you drop those, gone. Health gone, and retreat. Family, once got into trouble, not easy to face it over. Okay, so but work, you leave it today, it will come to us. So you have to balance accordingly. But work is the one which will determine your career and then towards. But if you are very successful on the rest of the 4 by compartmentalizing its time, not overloading anything and balancing that, then your work will always be hanging on the air and it will never go down. Okay, so you have to balance accordingly. So when they want what kind of advice means, one is this time management will be very tough because when you are working and studying, that time is going to be absolutely difficult. And then what you want to study is very relevant to your business, relevant to your future. And other than that, it is your academic choice or interest. Though I may be doing now, I have some interest in terms of psychology. Because all this problem boils down to psychology. Looking at a man, even with the Tata and history, they have been having so many years of association, but there was a drift between the two, which has come up after so many years. You may be seeing they are good friends for several years, and suddenly one day they fight each other and then they just go away. Right? So why it happens? That's because of something happening, some inherent nature of a person. So my interest was that, with my experience from the childhood, looking at so many people, based on their behavior, based on their body language, and all those things, I was able to grasp it. So my interest is much more. I should not miss to guess the people, judge the people, not judging about it, but I should not get into a wrong person or I get hurt because of that. So that somehow psychology helps. So why I am saying is that is your academic interest. That may be nothing relevant to the business. So it's all about your choice. But the main thing is time management. You compartmentalize and then balance your life, which is going to be a tough challenge for you, and then study something relevant to your business till you achieve that. So if you are very close to your finding how much is too much line, then you can study whatever you want to do, and you can do really whatever you want to do. Nobody is going to tell you that what you should do. Right? Okay, so இது வந்து இந்த டவுன் டு எர்த் ஃபீலிங்னு சொல்லுவோம். நீ வந்து நான் அப்படி பண்ணிட்டேன் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டேன் அப்படின்லாம் பெருசாக நீங்கள் எடுத்துட்டு போகலாம். சில பேர் அப்படியும் போவாங்க. பட் ஐ ஆல்சோ ஹேட் தட் இனிஷியல் டைம்ஸ் when I was achieving, when I was accomplishing, I had the same kind of pride, but that's a over pride, overconfidence and so on. So that's why people say when there are experience, you get matured over a period of time, and then seasoned, and then you all automatically you become down to earth, right? So it happens for every human being. But எனக்கு இருந்ததுலாம் என்னன்னா it's an anger. Oh, okay, wow. But அது வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் the scenarios that's revolved around, which means wherever I went for that, wherever who has looked at me in a different way, how everybody was saluting, and everybody was saying this, and everybody was asking me this. I started giving back, and I said, okay, this guy has surrendered to me, so I don't have that feel anymore. So my anger has all gone, and gone. So I feel nothing.
Okay, let's have one or two questions from the audience and we conclude the session. Yeah, please.
Louder, please. Mic is something like that. Yeah, very good.
What was the most toughest challenge you faced in your life, sir? Life business. You faced in your business career, sir. Toughest challenge.
Business career.
Yeah.
Toughest, right? So I would say the toughest is in terms of finance. Finance. Any business needs finance. So, for example, if you are, as I said, business, I am taught me 4 things. Business has 4 pillars. One is finance, one is marketing, one is operational excellence, and then the 4th one is R&D. R&D, I have explained enough, because if you don't keep innovating your product, somebody will kill your product like Nokia or BlackBerry, and then something will come out, right? So R&D is one thing. But if you look at operations, you need to have an excellent delivery, quality, performance, making the product and delivery to the customers. Marketing, you need customers, right? You need to connect with the world. We do digital marketing, we do a different concept of ZB, and then we have I have a guts to pay like 40 lakh rupees to buy a data book. I can understand that. In the whole world, who is delivering to whom, at what price, when, where, what, I have a data book. So now I shortlist from that, and then I figure out there are only 17 lakh buyers in the globe, where all these 17 lakh buyers, we shortlisted for 2,000 buyers, and those 2,000 buyers, I look at their company website, look at them, they are profitable, or they are $1 billion company, where they are resourcing, we do all this market research, and then we attack them, and if we get paying customers out of it, everybody can give easily 10 million business, Then you are done with the journey of those. So that's the marketing effort. And then the last one is the finance part. Okay, so finance is equally important. Unless otherwise you have fund to capacity, you utilize this, raise the capacity and also for the working capital, it will be too difficult. Because I found that as a very challenging scenario in terms of finance and to grow. So now, what I learned out of this as of last 1 month, whatever I was sweated out for last so many years, it's not a big deal. But if somebody is having billions of dollars in the US and Europe, and those investors are going to come and buy me for say 2,000 crore, and they are going to take this company to a 50 IPO, and they are going to make 40,000 crore out of it. So if you are a private equity and a finance guy, you will make more money. And for running a business, finance is very important. Because something goes down, the market, COVID or something, you need to pay your employees every month, right? You can't immediately stop them and you cannot immediately take them. Loans, never it will stop. The EMIs will come automatically. But when you don't have a business, you will find this tough. So during the COVID time, I found the tough. That's where I started my financial engineering knowledge and joined that Mumbai Chamber of Commerce for understanding what is finance. Everybody says fund is available. Nobody is giving me. They go to bank, they say, hey, you need to give me your collateral. Do you have an equity, 25% margin, this, that? So they cry you to run the business. You have orders, but if you want to execute, you need money to get that done. So those are the challenges. And even if you are going to have 4 partners of each 4 partners, okay, finance guy will put only money. Rest all 3 will work. So if you want to share the company profits to all these 4 people, how much share you will give it to them? Each equally. Because if no marketing, company doesn't run. If no operations, company doesn't run. No R&D, company will die. Finance, company will not run. So, but you are making 100 rupees profit. How will you share this 4 people? 25 each, right? Very easy answer. But our company is going flop just because of this answer. Why? Because today 100 rupees, assume if it is a 100 crore. Make this profit of 30 rupees, make 30 crore. Right? Or 1,000 crore. 300 crore. Okay. Everybody will enjoy it. The company has gone loss. The investor has put in 100 crore for the capacity. Who will suffer? Finance, they will suffer. These 3 people will go and find work somewhere. What's the loss for them? Correct. So, finance is very important. They should have 60%. Rest all should have, say 40%, and then rest all should have 20%. But what will happen is, if there are 4 people, even brothers and sisters doesn't go well in the business today world. Why? Because if this company is going good, this finance guy will never come to the company. He will only look at message, the bank is keep on counting money, right? But these 3 people, the human nature, what it will think, it will think, he is not at all coming, they are only 40%, what should we do? We will go and start separating. Or we will create some trouble. That's how it happened. So it has to be very broad-minded to understand finance is the most important. So where I had a tough time is in the finance, but getting this equity funded route, I'm selling my equities to get funded to grow fast, and then so I would say the toughest part is finance. So if you are going to get into business, make sure you are financially covered. If the finance stress comes, every entrepreneur who is getting into a heart attack and then going ill, sugar, BP, this, that, only because of the finance problem, not for the rest of the problem. They don't have money to pay the salaries and dues, they get BP. One. So make sure finance is very important.
How did the team do?
Excellent. So I'm so happy that see, I get a pleasure when I was able to give some inputs to the team and then not some loaded. Maybe one day too much for you guys, but slowly it should get injected, I would say. So you keep reading a lot of stories, lot of videos to understand about that. Okay, inspiring leaders. So you have somebody as a what to say, you can be a follower for someone, okay? And keep learning, I would say, and be honest, feel free, love everybody, unconditional. I think you are going to take away. One last thing which I can say is how much time you have for the rest of your life. That is the thing which made me to decide is how much is too much. Because, say, now I am 43, but take it as 40. You can jump, drink, do adventure, this, that, all those things. How long you can do? Up to 60 years? No. You have to be fit enough to make that happen at least for 60 years. So 20 years of time. But when it comes to 20 years of time, you convert that into a number of days, it's going to be 7,350. Divide even that, say 7,500 roughly. 1/3 of your life is going to sleep. 8 hours you are going to sleep, right? So 2,500 days you are going to sleep. Another 8 hours if you are going to keep working, another 2,500 days you are going to either make more money or you are going to make somebody make more money or going to work for somebody. And balance 2,500 days. So brushing, bathroom, 3 types of food and this speed traffic, you are spending almost 4 hours a day. So you have only 1,200 days. By the time your life will end by 60 years old, for me I am saying, maybe you guys have got many more days to live your life. So should I live my life going forward after earning so much only for 1,200 days? I should maximize it, right? I have only one sleep I can borrow. I can borrow only by working time. So I worked more in my early ages. So I am shutting down soon, and then I am going to spend my all life jolly, happening, whatever I want to do, I can do that. So if I don't determine my how much is too much, I will keep chasing money, and I don't know what I am doing. So I got a clarity. I should stop this. I am also going to die, right? Who knows? At least up to 60, if I am there, God's grace, I am alive. So, with that, I decided how much is too much. Because today's living generation, we are all looking for high quality, high standard of life. You are not starving for food. You are not looking for TV buying. You are not looking for minimum vehicle buying, this, that. You are all uttering the luxurious zone. You are all want to live your life to the full, right? But we don't know. The generation, whatever the parents kept, that's something different. Your identity, you have to come from the footstep of your base and then come up. Learn more, earn more, as soon as possible. Decide how much is too much. Stop there. Enjoy your rest of your life. That's it.
Thank you, sir, for answering our students with your valuable points. We request our faculty, Dr. Sudhakar sir, to present the memento as a token of love to our chief guest, Mr. S. Gnanasekharan sir.
Thank you so much. All the best.